performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers.
One touchdown
to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like he'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And just a yard to go here on second down. Wilson finding Sutton on the out route, who makes the catch. And all the way inside the... before they drop him. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now... Graham Gano on for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. Gano out to kick this one away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. They show run with 3. They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Bridgewater. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. The 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Vikings.
Well, boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Wilson's throw complete here to Waller. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through a 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They go play action with Wilson.
He'll get that one to Carter complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. This defense for the Vikings, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
They run with Hines dancing away at the 35.
And he'll take this down to the 33.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On second down, right back to Hines.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Marked that down for a win in the defense.
And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up and make it difficult for the running back.
27 yards there, a first down. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's a bootleg with Bridgewater.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
The Vikings at 4-5, a game under 500. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
They go play action now. Wilson toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go. If you're feeling it, and they do so, and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Hines. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They run again with Hines. Nowhere to go that time. They maybe got a yard up to the 40.
I can't help it because I'm just sitting back in admiration right now for what I'm seeing. The defense that essentially announces to everyone that they're going to play, you are not running the ball against us. I don't care how you try to go about doing it.
Number one rush defense in the league for a reason, and after that last play, they might want to try to go to the air. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got on the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum of the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
13 yards, the tally on the return there.
And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Bridgewater now.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss. And they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick.
Sutton come to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Fielded at about the 28. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On second down, Cook. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Bridgewater. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he'll kick it away for the second time. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
and here's Ryan Wright now,
as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. On first down, Wilson.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had 1 week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six. Football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to return.
To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
Was that a receiver? It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd gone to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Play action. It's Wilson. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And some room to maneuver. A huge play there for Denver. 43 yards. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. To throw is Wilson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Tim Patrick, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Gano the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Taken in at the 3. Take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
First down, Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
And again, it's Bridgewater. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. Well, indeed, try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Tackle made by Eric Kendrick.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin in the NFC South. Tampa Bay paying their yearly visit to Atlanta.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Out come the Vikings. He'll have it first on offense as we begin the third.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Throwing, Bridgewater.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater.
And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
That's the third time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. 2nd and 5 now. Bridgewater. Touchdown! Adam Thielen from 6 yards away.
And the Vikings have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Adam Thielen.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
The staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel catch up here and start matching them point for point, but it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Wilson. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
When you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
Pass complete to Judy on the out route.
And he's able to take pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Wilson. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe-tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Great job Wilson, the punter, to send this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So here are the Vikings to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Bears, and they lead things here as well as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Rolling to his right. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a 1st down. They run the counter with Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And here's Ryan Wright now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Now Wilson down around his goal line. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Now, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Here's Hines. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in here by Patrick.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 5th catch of the afternoon. And first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Now Wilson.
He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's got room. A big Big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Well, they went with a fullback dive that time.
And Brandon, when I was a kid, the fullback carried the ball equally as much as the running back, then known as the halfback. Nowadays, the fullback's job is to block. Put him out in front, let him clear a path.
They still have a couple more chances here from the 1. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal.
Williams again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember, and this time he is in.
Javonte Williams with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A 10-play drive that time. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away.
This fielded right at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. To throw, Bridgewater. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And we got an injury here. And I believe, yes, that's the wideout, Adam Thielen. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go play action. Bridgewater. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 29-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Back to the ground, Cook. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. On 2nd and 1, Bridgewater.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Getting the ball is Cook running left. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Important extra point up and through, and they will take a 7-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the...
Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly... Now Wilson. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Throwing now is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Wilson to throw. Outright, this one goes to Patrick.
And he will have a Broncos first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Partner, what a finish to this one. I mean, this offense, they had it down there inside the red zone, but ultimately couldn't execute that final snap to find the end zone.
Yeah, and they're going to walk away from this one, and you know it's going to go through their heads the entire time until they get to play again. If we could only have that final snap to do over one more time, maybe with a different play call.
So for the Vikings.